How's it going, dreamers? In this video, I am going to show you how to make this attack from scratch. So let's get started. I'm actually going to add this on top of the puppet that I used for my sword swing tutorial. I feel like it makes sense. I'm going to just, for all these little animations, I'm going to just add it to the same character. So right now, all this character does is a right to left sword slash, and it does damage. Jumping and pressing it, the animation still goes off, right? So what we want is when you are on the ground and press square, it still does what it does. If you're in the air and press square, we want to do the smash attack. Before we're able to actually get started though, I need to clean up this logic. When I made this, I did not plan on expanding it at all. So let me just fix things up a little bit. All right, this is a bit neater and it is more scalable now. We have my centralized controller sensor thing with all the controls. We have our controller logic, which is just, or this isn't controller logic, excuse me. This is just movement, and the movement is just jumping and walking. Mainly, we have our attack chip. And currently, when we are not already attacking and we press square, the attack goes off. We want to make it so that a second attack goes off, a different attack goes off if we're in the air. So if this is on, that means the character is in the air. If it's off, well, it means the character's not in the air. So we have on ground. We have is in air. Let's just name this is on ground instead. Is on ground. And we can just wire this up directly. So if this tag is on, it means the character is on the ground. This isn't necessarily called movement this isn't really movement anymore. But that's all right for now. So if the character is on the ground, so character is on ground, and the character is not already attacking, then this attack will go through. What happens when the character is not on the ground? We want our other attack to go through, and this can just be its own chip. That's completely okay, because it's its own thing, right? How about on ground attack? How about that? And now we want an in-air attack. Let's just copy and paste it, honestly. So now we want something that is, so if we're not attacking and we're not on the ground. And can we just differentiate this really quick? I mean, we're not going to keep any of these keyframes. Let's just do something really weird so we know this is working. How about that? Okay. Let's try it. So square is just not working right now. I wonder why that is. We're setting it needs to be set continuously. My bad. Not a dreams bug, not a dreams bug. So now it should be working. So we play and we're on the ground. Oh, see, this is what I was worried about. It's thinking we're off the ground when we're really not. And frankly, I don't know why. Oh, it doesn't think we're off of the ground. Guys, I power it off. I power it off during the attack. That's my bad. We could let's have another chip that just figures out where the character is, like in the ground, in the air, etc. And now this chip is again only movement, which is definitely good. So this is character is on ground, and let's have something character is in air. So I mean, you can just do it not on ground. But it's just easier. Like, it just makes the logic easier to read. That's all. So on ground is character is on ground. in air is, I don't know why I copy and pasted that. And then we can just do character is in air like that. And maybe we can put that timer logic in here if we even need it. We'll see. It looks like, okay, so it looks like it works. It looks like it works. We don't need that timer. Okay, but and then when we jump, it correctly does the head bob. Perfect. So this is pretty much the extent of the logic that we need. Let's get started with the actual animation. So it's important that in this animation, we don't actually move the puppet down, because keep in mind, this animation is going to be while the puppet's in the air. We don't want to be moving the actual puppet with these keyframes. We need to do that with movers. I'm thinking we're going to do, I mean, you already know what it looks like, but I haven't made it yet. I think I'm going to make it do like a somersault first. So it's easy if it's just like back and down, but what if he did like a somersault for like a forward flip or whatever. So let's try that. Now, we have to keep in mind when this animation is going off, the character will be in the air. So I actually, when this animation starts, I want to stop him from falling. How can we do that? Can we turn off gravity? Maybe, would that make sense? It doesn't look like we can. What if we had a mover and set the mover strength 100, dampening 100, speed 0? Would that work? Yes, exactly. So notice how he floats. That's because the dampening is 100%. All movement is being dampened. So it doesn't move. Now what? I want to try to do that front flip. So I'm going to pin the timeline to my screen. And you know what? We might want this mover outside the timeline, but we can leave it for now. I'm gonna make him in a little bit in the air just so he's easier to see. We press square. He should just immediately start flipping, basically. So let's see. And I'm gonna do this completely with the DS4. I'm not gonna use the moves because most people don't have moves. Let's just make this a little bit neater. We can do this stuff. We can do this stuff later. Let's the first keyframe is definitely going to be a blank one. And let's make this so the actual first keyframe. Oh, and it's important, puppet mirror. Make sure puppet mirror is on. That'll make this animation a lot easier, because now we only have to animate one limb. I want to tuck his arms forward, kind of like this. Oh, and keep in mind, guys, I am using L2 plus move. Plus joysticks. L2, not R2. The L2 is the rotation animation, and it's a lot smoother. And I believe it's less thermal. Okay. That's good for now. And then, so keep in mind, we want him to do a front flip, and I want it to be pretty quick. So the first frame, I just want him to like tuck in kind of. I want him to hold. I see. It's tough because I don't want him to stab his head. His head is very big, if you haven't noticed. But let's start with this. Let's see what that looks like. So he's jumping and he's moving. Now, there's one thing we need to do. We haven't actually rotated it, or we should move the body a little bit as well. Just a little bit. Because like when he ducks forward, we want his back to raise. The sword, okay, that's fine. This is fine. All right, this is a good start. Let's keep going. We can always make adjustments. Yeah, so he jumps up, and I want him to do, yeah, a backflip doesn't make sense. A full front flip, yeah, okay. Do we just rotate? Like, maybe move the body a little bit? And maybe start extending the legs? And raising the sword even more? not sure. Okay, that's a transition. That's very... Maybe we want this linear. Yeah. So we want to take advantage of how Dreams like interpolates, right? Like the smoothing between the keyframes. So we don't actually want like a crap load of keyframes. We want to let Dreams do that for us. So I'm thinking, what if we actually went all the way like this? What happens? Okay, so yeah, we got to be careful about that. Let's not go as far. There we go. Okay, not bad. I actually am gonna copy this keyframe, not this one. Because we want him to do a full front flip, remember? Oh, he's going back. Okay, yeah, we gotta be a little bit careful about that. What about that? Ooh, that's good. That's pretty good. Okay, and right around here, we want the legs to start extending again. Or again? Maybe not again, but start extending. And maybe like really outstretch the arms. God, this is tough though because he's just chopping his head. Oh boy. What do I do about that? Can we just do that? Yeah. And we actually might want to turn mirror off now so we can make the legs kind of like separate the legs. But let's see what we have. So keep in mind he's in the air and he starts flipping. So this right here is not great. It's going to like ease into that and stop. We actually kind of want that animation. That the whatever it's called. This is either ease in or ease out. I believe this is ease in. Yeah, so you see how there's no pause? It just immediately... All right, that's a little weird. So right around here, he's going to start going towards the ground. I'm going to make like a mover to make him smash the ground, right? What will that look like? Let's turn off puppet mirroring and do something like that. So we can do some sort of like one leg forward, one leg back when he lands. Okay, let's not do that. I just wish this didn't look so weird. Let's turn back puppet mirroring back on. Oh, you know what? Here. Let's I mean, okay, maybe he does just chop his head. I don't know. Oh boy. Can we like extend his elbows a little bit more? Okay. Okay. And now we want to basically hold this until he hits the ground. And when he hits the ground, let's bring him back down because keep in mind, this is the puppet center. This like blue compass thing. Let's bring him back down. Oh, do I have puppet mirror on? Whoops. I definitely don't want puppet mirror on right now for these legs. So this is him like hitting the ground, right? Okay, and he goes down and like slams the ground. Puppet mirror back on. Something like that, right? It's a little off. Actually, I think the issue is his hands. That's not bad. We don't want the sword going underground. We want to be able to see it. So something like that. Okay. So let's see what it looks like. He's in the air. He does his flip. This will be quick, by the way. Quicker than it is right now. And then he's flying through the air like this. That's a little awkward, but... And then he lands like that. The land looks good. This keyframe is the... I'm not liking it. I'm not liking the head, honestly. Dude, I think we just embrace the chopping his head off. Oh, and this is not good. What about this one? Oh, it's not good there either. This would be easier with moves. Not gonna lie. Okay. Oh, I want to do the rotation. Okay, and what about this one? I'm doing the L1 D-pad shortcut, by the way. Oh, this one's off as well. Better. Okay, but still so this keyframe is him flying in the air, and this still doesn't look great in my opinion. What should he look like when he's flying through the air? What if both legs were together? Like that. Oh, that's great. What does that look like though? I have a feeling it's not gonna look good. Oh shit, that's actually really good. Excuse my language. Then he lands and slams like that. So he's flying through the air like this and lands like that. All right, that's perfect. I like this a lot. Now what? We need to pause the animation. All right, we need to pause the animation. How do I want to ease this? I think I want to ease it like that. Go into it smoothly and then go out of it quickly. But anyway, we want to pause the animation right here and then continue it once it hits the ground. How do we do that? All right, so I did it off camera because it's kind of, I'm trying to figure it out. And this is what I came up with. We have a switch that is wired directly into the playback speed. We have a microchip just right in the timeline, all right? And this microchip, let's stretch it out a little bit more, actually. I have a feeling that's too small. And how this works, you can put microchips in timelines, guys. And when it's in the timeline and the timeline powers it on, all the logic powers on. So how does this work? When it turns on, we pulse this keyframe on. And what this keyframe does, it's keep changes and it powers the switch off. But keep in mind, it's a pulse. So it toggles it off, basically. It shuts that switch off, which stops the timeline. So that keeps this chip powered on. Okay? So now you're thinking like, okay, how do we turn the switch back on? With another keyframe. This keyframe, also keep changes, is powering the switch on. And when does that happen? When the character touches the ground, or when this zone, rather, touches the ground. The reason we're using a zone and not our little tag, characters on ground, is because we might need this to activate sooner than when they're actually touching the ground. Okay. So this is what it looks like so far. And obviously that's not great. So what can we do to make it better? Well, before we do anything, let's add this sound. We'll change the sound, but I want it to be, let's just do it here. It doesn't really matter. And attacking throughout this whole thing until he lands. So right about there. And the damage appears right at the end. I don't know why it's here. And it'll be like in an area like this. Sure. Wonderful. Okay, now how do we make this animation actually look good? let's put this guy closer to the ground. And let's see. So what can we do? Well, first, it's way too slow. It's way too slow. So let's speed it up. This, I mean, it all just needs to be faster, right? Let's spread it out as well. Oh, and keep in mind, this keyframe needs to line up with this chip, the chip that pauses, because again, this is what it looks like when it pauses. Okay, that's not bad. This slam, it looks like, is that? Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I thought like it, some animations were blending or something, but no, I think this is pretty good. It's not bad. We probably, I mean, again, just make it closer together. Let's see what happens. Let's see what this looks like in the actual game. Ooh, that's, you know what? That's not horrible. We need to make sure the falling animation is off. I think it is, but just to like make sure. I don't know why that moved like that. While this is going on, let's keyframe off all procedural animations like that. While this animation is happening. We also want this mover to stop taking an effect right here. And we want this mover to be a little bit slower, I think. So let's try it now. Okay, that's interesting. I know exactly what's happening. So let's put it back to there. When we animated this, notice how we raised it up, which is fine, but we just need this to go faster. So, from the point from here to here is animation only. Here to here, he's already on the ground, right? He's already on the ground. So this needs to be like quick. Maybe this one he should already be on the ground. So maybe we should lower it, honestly. What? Oh, let's turn off mirror, maybe? That was weird. What's going on? This is really weird. Okay, I guess the feet were keyframed when they shouldn't have been. And now if we go to the next keyframe, yeah, that's probably better. So there's less of a gap. And then what about the length of this microchip? I don't think it matters, actually. I don't think it matters because this mover, yeah, you're moving down, but it won't go through the ground, right? It'll just keep moving down until the puppet hits the ground. Let's try this. That's pretty good. That's not bad at all. He's just stopping at the end of this attack, and hopefully it's obvious why. This timeline's way too long. So right about here, he should be able to move again. Here is where procedural animations should come back. This keyframe should not be that big. The blade swing, it's not going to be, we'll change the sound. Let's do this. Where should the damage be applied? When he hits the ground, which is after this chip. It's after this chip so on this frame, the chip turns on. The next frame is when the damage should be dealt because that's when he hits the ground. So maybe like right there, actually. And yeah, just like that. Let's try it. I like it. There's one thing. Well, not one thing, but I think you should spin faster. For one. Let's increase it by a frame everywhere. Like that. And let's see how that is. First. That's not, yeah, that's better. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's a bug. Well, it's not a bug. It's just how the attack is. You can be right off of the ground and it still works. So that, you know what? I think I don't want to use this. I want to use a trigger zone. And this trigger zone is going to be different than the one we just grabbed. Different than this one. We want to put this one even farther down. Because, you know what? I actually want this to be a cylinder too. Because we don't want this attack to happen unless he's like all the way in the air. So I like that. That should be pretty good. Let's make sure it's wired up. And let's try it. That distance is fine, but I'm just concerned with like, yeah, like when he's like an inch off the ground, and I think that fixed it. But this is good. I'm pretty happy with this. Let's keep his arms up, like all the way. Make sure puppet mirroring is on. And I know he's like slashing his head, but it's whatever. Right here, his arms should be back more, in my opinion. Yeah, like that. That was the issue. I felt like he was slowly bringing it forward until the end, but I want there to be more like anticipation. So let's make him arc his back like really hard. Actually, we want to exaggerate it. That should be a lot better. Oh. He's not holding the attack, so I can't even tell if it's even working. And I think we want this to be faster, and we want it to be... We definitely want to hold it towards the end. Let's try that. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay. Let's try to make it even faster. But, I mean, this is... What if we did that? I think let's put this back. I think I want that animation to happen sooner. So let's drop this down a bit. That's better. It might feel better with like sounds and stuff. Let me think about what we should change here. All right, I have an idea. What if this might not completely address the issue, but what if we made him go when the animation started? We actually instead of not moving at all, what if we made him move up just a little bit? I think we should try that. Not too much though. Something like that. What would that look like? That's not bad. He's not... Okay, again, it's not holding the attack at the end. I mean, obviously that's because this needs to be like that, but... And this mover was a... Let's lower the strength a little bit. Yeah. This is close. This is very close. He falls a little too slow, in my opinion. So let's make the slam a little more impactful by increasing the speed to 9.5 maybe. That's really good. I like that. I like that a lot. That's what it needed. It needed to move up a little and then go down faster. Can we trigger the animation a little sooner, though? Can we trigger this a little sooner? What if we did that? That's better. Can we make him move up even more? Maybe, okay, that's annoying. 4.0? Yeah. That is cool. That's cool. All right, I like that a lot. Now let's not lock you in so much. I still like how long you hold it, but while this tag is on, you can't move, right? So let's do that. Very nice. Okay, now let's look for sound effects and maybe some stroke effects. Although that's not what this tutorial is for. This tutorial is just for the animation, but still. All right, let's find some sounds. We want a whooshing sound for falling down, like for the slam, and then we want like an explosion sound for the actual slam. And maybe a separate whooshing sound for the somersault. So let's find them. I always search Media Molecules collection first. These sounds are already loaded, so it makes the game load faster. And it might not even count towards thermo, but I'm not sure. Okay, it probably counts towards thermo, but it does. Flappy cloth whoosh is pretty good for the somersault, and the somersault is happening here too. And then this is the fall. The fall is right here. No, I'm sorry. The fall is here. This microchip is the fall. So we can actually put the fall sound in the microchip. And a cool thing we can do is find a loop. Oh, I accidentally pressed instruments. A cool thing we can do is find a loop. Ghostly whoosh. We definitely want to find a loop, right? Maybe ambient spots? Water, fire, maybe fire? Maybe loop isn't what we want, but the idea was because keep in mind you can fall for different amounts of time, so it would be on for however long you needed it. But let's just go back to whooshes, honestly. All right, I found a decent one. It's flaming zoom, and this will play here. And do we want this sustain? Do we want it play once? The thing is, we want this to stop once you land. That's the tough part. Maybe we do sustain, and then this keyframe will reset the sound. Because if we do sustain and then it loses power, it will continue from where it left off. So can we reset? Is there like a reset input? Is it this? Wait, is there no reset? There has to be a reset. You know what we could do? We could put this sound in a timeline, which is also in a timeline. That's funny. This chip is in a timeline and this sound's in a timeline, and then just reset the timeline. That's probably easier. Okay, that makes sense. So this is on sustain, and every time we enter this, it resets. Right there, restart timeline. Let's see if that works. That's not bad. Now the slam. I want some sort of like fiery explosion or something. Rock Blast, perfect. And Rock Blast plays... It plays right... Okay, the grid is on, my bad. Let's turn the grid off, and we want to play it right there, I believe. Oh, wow, that is a long sound. Okay. It's not bad. This does not need to be that long. I don't know why I can't change this. That's really weird. Okay, we'll do that, I guess. Nice. Let's do a really quick effect. This effect is not going to look good. I just want to... Why is he in the ground? I just want to show you guys how to do it. And actually, let's just search an effect, honestly. So we're looking for some sort of like circular effect. Portal. Pentagram. Scorched Earth could be cool. What does Scorched Earth look like? Why? What? Oh. Oh, that's cool. It's invisible right now. Let's make it visible. All right, so we've got this. What does this look like? Sure, honestly. All right, we've got our effect. Again, guys, the effect, this is just a tutorial. This effect isn't perfect, but how do we make the effect play when you slam? Well, we can put an emitter right in the timeline. So we're going to put an emitter right where we land, and we land right here on this frame. Okay. Emit once, instantly, infinite, no. Does this destroy, let's see if this effect destroys itself at the end. It does. This effect destroys itself, so we do not need to make the emitter destroy it. Emit speed, nothing, and we're going to emit this. Where are we emitting? And make sure it's local space. We are emitting right about here. I mean, we can always adjust it, but something like that. And let's try it. Yeah, there you go. And because it's emitted multiple place. Yeah, so I mean, that's the idea. Just to show you guys how well the slam part works, like falling to the ground works, let's give our character a double jump. So let's do that, and jump height, let's set both to 2. So check this out. One jump, bam. Double jump, and notice how you just you stay there until you hit the ground. Yeah. Now, obviously, if you do it off a ledge, you will you'll never break out of the animation, but you can figure that one out. Just make sure that never happens. But yeah, this works quite well, regardless of the height. A cool thing you could do maybe is change the amount of damage it deals based on how long you fall. That could be a cool little mechanic. I'd say we're done. So on the ground, we have this slash, which stopped dealing damage. Really not sure why that keeps moving, but it's there again. When we're on the ground, we have this attack, and when we jump and press square, we have this attack. So I really hope this helped, guys. You guys have been asking for more animation tutorials, so here you go. This is a really cool like somersault in-air slam attack. If you want additional Dreams help, my Discord is a wonderful place to go. The link is in the description. Just feel free to ask any questions at all, and someone will answer you. Another cool place is my Twitch stream. So I stream Dreams on Twitch every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Just hop on in and ask a question, and I can help you live. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really hope this helped. It's a neat little animation. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. I just wanna be